All right, I'm back. So this is part two of a retrospective of Connor Gas, my favorite sitcom, which I just recently rewatched. By the way, I forgot to mention that after the 6 seasons, there was a movie which I have only watched once. I'm going to rewatch it now because I got a very bad duplicate copy of the DVD. So I am not really sure about the quality. This time I'll be streaming it. It's on one of the streaming services that I have, but this and the series as well as I was streaming it. So I really want to get the DVD copies of it for my own, but it's kind of very expensive. All right. So why I love the show? It never fails to surprise me. It's really funny. Every rewatch, you find something else that is really hilarious. Relationship between the characters, like for example, the odd relationship between Davis, Quinton, and basically Lacey, because she a couple of times she misunderstands some of his requests, which are very innocent for being something of more of a romantic thing. And there's a ongoing funny bit where they make tease Lacey because she thinks everybody's got a crush on her. She being the most sophisticated person from Toronto, but she's kind of very innocent and sweet herself, and I love the actress. I absolutely adore the actress. She is sweet. She is cute. I would love to have Lacey in my life. I would love to have Gabrielle Miller in my life, but of course she's married and she's got an adopted son as well. I follow her online. She's amazing, funny actress. I did forget to mention I've also seen her in a movie, in a Canadian film. I don't remember the name. It's something Rupert's Island, I think is the name of the movie, and she plays one of the characters in it. But she's adorable. She's sweet, as is Karen Pelly, played by Tara Spencer Knight. So kind of have a big thing about. I love these two ladies, and I wish I was like an Archie and they both were like my Betty and Veronica, or something similar to that. A ménage à trois between the three of us, if I do say so myself. I love both the actresses. I love both the characters. I think they were very beautiful. So that is, and of course, Hank and Oscar. For some reason, Oscar seems to have Hank as his buddy in some of his schemes, and they always look for methods to actually get rich. They like try to find some ways, including that gumball thing, which there was like one of the funniest things. So those are the kind of things that they actually get into, and they always get into trouble. Oscar always complains, but that's part of his charm as well. Where basically the police station is running on Oscar's, in terms of request, complaints and all that, it's basically all Oscar, with a few other exceptions. Brent, of course, with his relationship with his actress, with his wife in real life, Wanda Dollard, played by Nancy Robertson. They both have this thing of he is the boss, but she kind of manipulates him quite a bit. I really love the episode in which they're convinced that the map that they were looking at, Connor Gas, is actually outside of Dog River, and it's actually in the next town or some next municipality or something. So she has got to till now. So she's got to get some perks because she's an out of towner for him, out of town employee for him, and she kind of manipulates him a lot. Stupid government is what he says a lot. And all the things that they happen, the fun and games. So basically, in Dog River, there's just this one gas station. 40 kilometers to this side, there isn't any. Until for another 40 kilometers, there isn't a gas station. Until on this side also of the road, there is no gas station. So basically, Brent has got a job or has got a business running, including what his father had, because there's nothing else in between, and he can. Whatever business they get from his people, either from the town or people passing through, which they do quite a bit, and it's a very lazy job. He can stand there and read a lot of comics. Wanda does most of the inventory and stuff and cleaning, but she also reads her books over there. It's a very nice, cushy job, I think, for the both of them. Connected to the Connor Gas is the Ruby, the diner. That's the only diner in town. So Lacey gets a lot of business because most people come there for their Sometimes they come for breakfast, sometimes they come for dinner, sometimes for dinner, for lunch. I don't think they actually serve dinner, but they do serve a lot of coffee and stuff. So I guess throughout the day she gets a lot of business because of people coming in, and of course the truckers that come down the pipeline. So those are them, and of course she pays her staff member Josh, who is the main cook and busboy, and she does some of the cooking and baking herself as well, and does the some of the serving, well, most of the serving, so rather. And Hank, I don't really know how he makes money. Odd jobs, and sometimes I think people pay him just to get him out of the hair. And he asks for a 10 ski or a 5 ski from Brent here and there. Emma and and Oscar are retired, but he's always trying to look for something to gain that extra $5 or $10 here and there. A buck is a buck for him, and that's usually when he gets into trouble with somebody or the other. And poor Emma's got to bear with all the nonsense that he puts her through. So this show is a lot of fun because there's no real, it's not really intimate, it's about this idyllic kind of lifestyle that they have. The cops can relax, have a lot of coffee, can stand around and chat with people, sleep in their car. Well, actually only Davis does, Karen doesn't. She actually complains about that. She would like a little bit more of action. And he doesn't, he likes it just the way it is. And they all manage to get a proper life. They can also go to the big city, which is supposed to be Regina, for events like the Grey Cup finals, for other things, for buying their stuff. Even old Hank, who basically doesn't have a proper job, even he managed to get a little bit of he's got his own house. His parents are not there, so maybe they gave him the house. I don't know, but he lives just outside of town, or in the town basically, but it's a little away from the center part. And of course, there are the other people, like Fitzy, the mayor. Then there's the bartender, the barkeep guy. There's Wes, who runs the insurance business as well as the liquor store. So go there, get drunk, get insurance. A lot of that. There's a lot of good stories throughout. It's enough to make you laugh quite a lot, and keeps me always coming back for more. I always get this thing of like when I start the show, I'm like, attaboy, I'm going to enjoy myself. And I think from the second episode or third episode onwards, I was like completely hooked into the show. Excuse me. And, I really loved everything about it. It's just so fun. I just wish it lasted longer. There is the animated show which lasted for 4 years and just got over this year. But I prefer the live action. It's not at all it isn't anything like the live show, is what a lot of people tell me. I haven't watched the animated show yet, but I will be watching it very soon because I finished so I'm going to watch the movie in maybe in a few days, and then I'm going to watch the animated show for the first time. But it's nothing compared to the live show, is what most people say. I'm part of a Facebook group that talks about this particular that is dedicated to this particular show, and most people say the same thing, but we keep rewatching it. And as I've got my favorite episodes. There's not one single week episode. That's one of the good things about having a shorter where you had like 19 episodes per season, I guess, except for the first season, which is 16 episodes and only 6 years. So they really did some really good writing. There are a couple of them that aren't as great as as the others, I suppose, but overall it's a very, very, very strong show. I think I'll give it it's my favorite comedy of all time. I haven't got to give it a 10 out of 10. It's absolutely fantastic. What would make the show better if I was in it? I want to move to Dog River. That's how much I love the show. It's a fictional town, unlike New York or Los Angeles or Detroit or Toronto, Vancouver, and all those cities that you see in other shows. This is Dog River, Saskatchewan. Nothing happens over there. So after everybody works, those who are retired do their stuff, and at the end everybody just goes to the bar and has a few drinks, and then he goes home to have dinner or eats dinner at the bar, and then they go home. That's basically it. It's a very idyllic life. I would love to have that kind of, like, when you're just hanging around with your friends, hang around with Lacey and Karen. I would love to be with both of them. So I guess it's all that. It's a very safe place for us to think about. Of course, there are no lures of the big cities and nothing that you really get. But then, of course, they go to Regina. I don't know how far Regina is supposed to be from Dog River, but they do go there pretty often throughout that's what they mentioned, definitely. So that's why I love the show. It is hilarious, it's funny, it's endearing. And towards the end of the episodes, end of the sixth season, by the time it gets to like episode 9, 10, and all that, I start to get this great sadness in my mind, which lasts until the next time that I rewatch it. So it is something that I kind of rewatch every couple of years, maybe every 3 years. Going forward, it's definitely going to be something that I watch every couple of years at least. I definitely want to rewatch some other shows, but Connor Gas is my favorite. It is my clear comedic favorite. I do want to rewatch The Big Bang Theory once again. I do want to rewatch Friends and other shows like Frasier again. I've been watching Frasier multiple times as well, but Connor Gas is definitely the place that I would definitely want to be in that town. And thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by and checking out Connor Gas. If you haven't seen the show, please do go and watch it. I love the show to death. And if you love the show, please put your comments in the put your thoughts in the comments below. I definitely want to hear from you. I think I'll upload these in a few days from now. I do have a backlog right now, so yeah, that's about it, guys. That's it from me in terms of Connor Gas. My love for the show is like never ending. I'll keep rewatching it over and over again. So thank you for listening to me, and I hope you go and watch some more Connor Gas. Watch the show, love the show. Have a good night, guys. Stay safe.